Look, the fact that there's so much pushback and drama around this simple change is kind of mind-boggling, but let's go through it because there are actually two pretty significant financial reasons behind this decision, and it's not all motivated by some random person's ego. Now, quick recap here. When you block someone on social, most of the time, that means they can't see your content, and then they can't engage with the content that you've blocked them from seeing. That's pretty much how blocking works nowadays. We'll get to Google and Apple Play stores and why that's actually important in a little bit here. But what X is going to do is they're going to change the definition of blocking to people can't see you at all, to people can see your content, but they can't engage with it. Now, personally, I think this makes a whole lot of sense, especially because we're talking about social media. It's not private at all. It's not supposed to be private. That's why it's called social media. But anyway, so of course, as with any change, there's a lot of backlash. A lot of people are upset. Some people are happy. Of course, those who are upset make a lot louder noises, right? So that's, after going through all of the complaints, I think there are two kind of common legitimate ones that don't have to do with money or politics, right? And the main one is stalking. So apparently there are a lot of influencers and creators who have problems with people stalking them. And of course, this is a serious issue. It really stinks. However, Elon's pointed out, and I'm sure anyone just thinking 5 minutes can point out the fact that, yeah, you could block somebody, but then they go set up another account and then they can see your content anyway, right? As long as they don't comment and make it clear that they've created 2 accounts. So while I think stalking is an issue, I think it's easily solved by just not posting content that you don't want everyone in the world to see on social media, right? So if you want a specific group of people to see it, there are plenty of other avenues for creators and influencers to do that with private groups, private messaging. You do have the ability to make your entire Instagram account private. You can make your tweets private as well. You can DM direct people. So I think this whole concept of being angry that people can see someone's content on social is silly. Now, the second one, the harassment and the bullying, okay, I get it. Like, it's really hard to continue to make content when you constantly get negative comments and feedback. Like, sometimes I make videos and I'll make silly mistakes, or people will just like blast me in the comments for saying something. And I'll go like, wow, it's really hard to have motivation to keep going when people say that. But it's part of being an adult posting on socials. But what is nice is we can at least have it so that when someone is making those types of comments repeatedly, you can still block them. So they can see your content, but they can't directly engage with it. I'll get to why that's actually beneficial to creators who want to get paid in a moment. But on the subject or topic of blocking, blocking's never actually going to go away, because if you look at the terms of service for Apple, the Apple Play Store, Apple Store, App Store, and the Google Play Store, there's this nice little fine print that says your app has to give users the ability to block other users. So in terms of the arguments of like, oh no, like I'm not going to be able to block anyone anywhere. No, the terms of service on both app stores are going to ensure that some version of blocking always exists. So I think it's great that we can still decide who we interact with, but I don't think any creator should have the right to selectively choose who sees their content on social. If you have your own app, or you have your own, direct private group, that makes sense. You let in whoever you want. But this is in the context of a public square, and actually former President Donald Trump tried to block some people when he was president, and the courts ruled, no, you can't do that because you're an official, and Twitter, or X now, is considered a public square. So the courts have already ruled that this is a public open space, whatever social media platform it is. So we all need to just treat it as such. So I think the backlash of, the stalking harassment, yeah, I totally get it. But it's also just part of free speech. People are allowed to say really stupid, mean things, and we still have the ability to block them so their dumb, mean things don't show up on our content. However, there is a silver lining here, because controversy and people saying dumb, mean things does create engagement. And Twitter, or X, has just changed their creator payout system to be based upon engagement. So on the one hand, you could look at it and go, great, now I have to deal with a bunch of people that I don't want to. But on the other hand, those people, even if they're not premium subscribers, will increase engagement on creators' posts on X. So if you have enough of a thick skin, or if you happen to be in a niche where it's not as big of a deal, I happen to be in one, like marketing, sales, funnel building, there's not a whole lot of controversy. So I don't deal with it, hate too much, except when I, say things about setting up Google Ads a certain way, using custom versus not. But anyway, the whole point is that this can actually drive more engagement on posts, which means more payout for creators. And even if the creators don't like the type of engagement that's there, at least there is engagement. And you may not have haters who are premium engaging with your posts, but those who engage with those engagements might be premium and increase your revenue. It's a little silly, but at the end of the day, more engagement, even if it's not directly from the quote unquote people you don't want, is actually going to increase the overall payout for creators. And of course, if you are posting on X or any social media platform, you do need to make sure that you are promoting your email list, whether it's just joining your newsletter or offering a free lead magnet. You want a place of your own that's private where you can directly communicate with your customers and audience. So I'll leave a link in the cards and the description to our funnel template pack that helps you set that up in a flash. Now, one more thing here to wrap up is the subject of block lists. So I didn't know this, but you can actually upload a list directly to Twitter of a bunch of accounts. Like, just imagine a giant Excel file with like 500, accounts or something. And then those accounts, of course, won't be able to see your content, right? And you won't, of course, see theirs because you don't want to, which, of course, totally fine. That makes sense. But the issue is this apparently has been used in some malicious ways to spread either negative or false or allegedly false information about, like, let's say, for example, Tesla, right? And so when you're dealing with publicly traded companies and you have articles circulating around that maybe are negative press, or even if they do have some truth in them, it can be a problem if your PR team, everyone in your company has been blocked, right? So you have a company of 500 people, everybody's been blocked, and so they start circulating these articles around to other people on X, and then no one in your company knows that it's going on because everyone's been blocked and they can't see it. So I think that's the other financial incentive around this. So number one was the creator fund. Number two is this. However, when I started digging deeper into the use of block lists and how they affect creators, most of the discussion was political. So unless you're creating content or products or services in the political space, this doesn't really seem to be much of an issue. So I'll just go ahead and leave that alone for today. So thank you so much for watching. Sincerely hope you got some value out of this. Please comment below and let me know what you think of this new format. We're still trying to figure out how to do these new style shows and updates for you, and making sure that it's always relevant to your content creation and growing your business, as opposed to, just random facts that don't actually contribute to your bottom line. So hit that like button, subscribe for more just like this, and until the next, keep building the business you love.